Hey guys, it's Miss Smith again. We're going to be doing translations and reflections today. Now this is a pretty short video, so I know we weren't here in class today, but everybody should still be watching this right now, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Okay, transformation. Transformation is a change in the position, shape, or size of a figure. Okay? Think about it. When they transform your house, they change things, they change the position of things, they change the shape. Transform, or Transformers, if you've seen the movie, means that it's all these things changing. Okay? We're going to be working on a coordinate grid today, so I'm sure you could tell that from the MTV notes. Okay. So an original is the figure you start with. Just like when we did difference over original, we should know what original means. It's the first of everything. It's the original. So that's the figure you start with. Okay, image. When we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, okay, we've talked about image before. We should know what prime means, okay? Prime means the figure or point, okay? Point is like an XY point, like this means on our x-axis, on our y-axis. So this would be, a point would be like 1, -2. Where would this coordinate pair be a point on the graph? So and so forth. And you already know how to do that. Okay, so it's the figure or point you move to. An example would be like A prime. Okay, remember when we had this little 1 at the top, that means prime. So I'm going to show you if I have a triangle that's on a coordinate grid, okay, and we move it. If this is A, this would be my original, okay, A, B, C. So side BA, side AC, and so forth. Okay, angle A, angle B. So this one, if it's my prime or my new one, because this would be my original, this was my new one, it'd be A prime, B prime, okay, corresponding, B prime, and C prime. Okay, so that's what prime is going to look like. If they ever ask you, or has something that looks like this with a little 1 at the top, that would mean that that's the one that you went to. Okay, reflection. We're going to be talking about reflection first. Reflection is a transformation that flips. Okay? Reflection. When I look at the reflection, I look good. Okay? I'm just kidding. But, you look at the reflection in a mirror. So you're thinking about a mirror. Alright? So a mirror image would be looking in the mirror and seeing your reflection. Looking in water, seeing your reflection. Okay? If you look in the river and you see your reflection and so forth. Okay? So a transformation that flips over an axis. Okay? There's only 2 types of reflections. That's the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay? So we could reflect over, okay, this would be my y-axis. We could reflect over the y-axis. So if I'm 2 away from the y and I reflect over, so this would be like A and this would be A prime, I would reflect over into quadrant 1 if I'm reflecting over the y. Okay, if I'm reflecting over the x, okay, that would mean if I was 2 up away here, I would be 2 down here. So it's just a reflection. So A and then A prime would be its reflection over the x-axis. Okay, a line of reflection, the horizontal is my x-axis, and my vertical is the y-axis. Okay, let me help you memorize this. Okay, the horizon. When you look at the horizon looks like this, right? Okay, you have your sun and the horizon looks like this, so that would be like on the x-axis. So that's how you can remember horizontal and x. Okay, vertical. I always see, oops, oh my goodness. Sorry. I always see vertical as kind of changing, oh, I did it again. Sorry. Vertical, changing this to a y, so it would be like my y-axis. And you know how you take your vertical in athletics to see how high you jump? You're jumping up and down, so that can help you with remembering vertical means y. Okay. We're almost done. All right, reflection. What kind of reflection? It's asking which of these transformations is shown on the graph, okay? So what do you think this is? Let's pretend this dude, A prime, A, my original, is reflecting over to A prime. this looks like a reflection because I'm reflecting over this. It would be like this guy looking in water reflecting. So we're reflecting over what axis? What do we know? This kind of looks like a horizon, right? So horizontal. So we are reflecting over the horizontal axis. These questions are pretty easy, okay? All right, next question. If a rectangle ABCD or ABDC is reflected over the vertical axis, what are the coordinates of D prime? Okay, here's D. What point is D at? Okay, D is at over 1, so -1, up 1. So -1, up 1. Remember, we go left or right before we can go up or down. Use your foldable if it helps you with graphing again, okay? So now it's asking if it's reflected over the vertical. What does vertical mean? Okay, when you jump in your athletics, you're going up and down, so it's got to be what axis? It's got to be the y-axis. So we're reflecting over this axis, okay? Now, I'm going to have you highlight this tomorrow, and we're going to work on this tomorrow with highlighters. But so if you're 1 away here, okay, you got to be at the, it's kind of like saying it's corresponding. Exact same place, but in a different quadrant, okay? So I got to correspond it, and it would be right here, okay? And this would be where D prime is. Notice how they kind of tricked you with saying a rectangle. I mean, we don't need to know all that stuff. We just need to know where D goes because it's asking for D prime. D prime is where the new one is. So what coordinate pair would it be at? Okay, 1, 1. So my answer would be D. Okay, and it's in quadrant 1. Okay, remember quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, all these numbers are positive, positive. Okay, and then these numbers got to be negative, positive, negative, negative, and it's got to be positive, negative. Okay, so we kind of know what numbers are going to be in those quadrants. So this one, positive, positive, makes sense. That's what D is, positive, positive. Okay, almost done. Translation. Okay, when you translate, that means you're changing or moving a figure the same, let me see, same distance, okay, same distance, and in the same direction, okay? If you were in class, we'll do this tomorrow. If I asked, one of my kiddos, Devin, to move two desks over and 1 up, okay? He would move 2 over and then 1 up or whatever. So that's just kind of an example of what translate means. You're moving, whatever I tell you to, okay? Make sure when you are moving a figure, so if you're moving, a triangle or a square or a parallelogram or a rhombus or whatever, you move point by point. So you would move this point first, then this point, then this point, then this point, and connect them in the end to get your prime. So this is the main thing. You got to move point by point, okay? This is one of the main things I tell kids. They try to move the whole thing at once. You can't do that. You got to move each point by point, okay? Translation, I think, is really easy. Okay, so it's telling us to translate this triangle 4 units down and 3 units to the left. So let me see what the question is. What are the coordinates of B prime? I'm not worried about moving the whole figure right now, point by point. I'm just worried about where B is, because I want to know where B prime is, where my new. So I'm moving my original to the new, okay? So I'm translating it 4 units down and 3 to the left. Do you go left or right first or up and down first? Okay, you should know this. You go left and right first and then up or down. So I'm going to go to the left 3 units. So I can say 3 to the left, and I'm going to say 4 down. Okay, so it helps kind of to write. So I'm going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, and yes, I use the axis. I use this. I counted 1, 2, 3, and then 4 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so notice how I put a dot here just for you guys. You never do that. You move over and then move down, and this is where your dot goes. I just did that to show you my first move. It's always about where you end up at. So this would be B prime. Okay, where is it at? That's what the question's asking us. Well, we always start from the origin, okay? And I'm going to go left or right first, so 1, 2, over, so negative 2, 1, 2, 3. So negative 2, negative 3. And you can always check yourself by knowing, okay, we're in quadrant 3, and what kind of numbers do I need here? I need negative, negative. So if you don't get a negative, negative here, then, you know, you're in the wrong here. So this definitely wouldn't be right. This is negative, positive. Okay, this wouldn't be right. And J wouldn't be right. So clearly the answer is H. If you know what quadrant you're going to land, that helps you too. Okay? All right, last one. Rectangle ABDC was transformed into rectangle A prime, B prime, D prime, C prime. This transformation best describes a what? Okay? Well, I've not taught you about tessellations, so that can't be it. I've not taught you how to rotate, so clearly we're between translation and reflection. Okay. Does it look like it's a mirror image over the X or Y axis? Doesn't look like that to me. It looks like we moved it. Okay? We might have moved it, you know, let's see. We might have moved it 1, 2, 3 to the right and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So I'm thinking it's a translation because it looks like we just moved. Okay? This is very easy. I think y'all are going to get this pretty fast. Make sure if you have any questions, let me know.